What's up, guys and girls? Welcome to Freedive Passion. Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what kind of the point in training for freediving is for most people. Most of us enjoy freediving. We want to get better. We are somehow inspired to continue to keep freediving. But we also know, like deep down, we don't have any intention of being like athletes or national record holders or world record holders. We're just somehow inspired by this sport. So for this type of person, it's easy to think, oh, I'll just be like casual with my freediving. There's no point in training or periodization or developing skills too much because I don't want to be an athlete. But this video is hopefully going to change that mindset and start to inspire people to train properly and reach better levels of efficiency within this sport, because there's much more to gain from this than just going deeper national records competitions. And I'm talking from my own experience here and the experience that I've gained from seeing other people and helping other people develop their skills. So I think a lot of us have this feeling that there's something special about freediving. There's more than just getting down and up like a sport, right? There's another level to it, which even for me, after all these years, I still can't quite, put my finger on it. But for me, I definitely see freediving as more than a sport, something between sport and meditation, even more like resembling a martial art than like a true sport. So there's beautiful moments that we can all experience while freediving, that we can experience underwater, and a reason to train and develop our skills and train our CO2, train our equalization, train everything, as these moments become more and more pure and more beautiful. So how I like to think of it is there's an experience which is possible to be had underwater, but there's often like things stopping us from fully absorbing this information, from really feeling these feelings, from experiencing this experience. And it tends to be some sort of lacking in preparation, right? So the things that's happening to, a really accomplished freediver, the sensory input is the same as somebody who's not accomplished or somebody that's pushing further than what they're capable to go. The difference is the accomplished freediver has trained themselves in a way where they are clear and calm and aware enough to soak up this information, absorb these beautiful feelings. And the other person is going to be kind of overwhelmed and stressed and not be able to notice the beauty of the dive because they're too preoccupied with other things like equalization, for instance. So for me, one of the biggest reasons to train is to start to strip away distraction, right? So you can think of every part of your training is essentially giving you the confidence to not have to be distracted by this thing. So if CO2 is an issue for you and you feel like a little bit of a stress before the dive because you know you're going to experience a higher level of CO2 than you're confident with, then this is always going to be in your mind and you're never going to be able to just give into the dive and give into the flow. With equalization, if your equalization is inconsistent or you don't really know exactly what you do, or it feels more challenging the deeper you go, then again, it's just this another layer over between you and the actual experience of the dive. Same with technique, lactic tolerance, everything which creates challenge takes away from the joy of the moment. The only way to fully enjoy a dive is to know you can do what you're asking yourself to do, and know how to do every part of the dive, and to have trained it to a level where you don't even really need to consciously think about it anymore. Then you can start to zone in on the different sensations, where the mind goes, the feelings that you can experience during a dive. And this is where the beauty beauty of freediving really appears for me, especially. I do training periods where my main focus now is just how much can I actually enjoy this dive. So my last little, it was a very short training period, but it was a very interesting experiment for me. I did the exact same session every day, and the only point of every dive was how good can I feel. And then I also was able to compare session to session and see like what was changing, what might have caused these changes. Is there something that I can do a little bit differently to feel better on this dive? And they were all maximal, like sub-maximal dives, right? Like the deepest dive was only about 60% of my PB. But the point is, training isn't always about going deeper in depth. It can be going deeper in feeling and deeper into relaxation and exploring different sensations and so even like levels of consciousness within the dive. But this level of exploration is only possible when you've perfected every other part of your diving and you've done the correct training, so you know you're capable of going to this depth without squeezing, without messing up your equalization, without becoming overly tired. So what I hope I'm inspiring people with is just to have this idea, or at least in concept, if not in with your own experience, of what a dive can be, what the benefits of actually starting to go to train and go deeper is, other than just thinking about PBs and depth, right? There's just such amazingly beautiful moments that you can have at depth, and that alone can be the value. So I hope I explained it well. I hope I've inspired some people to train, not for the idea of getting a PB, but for the idea of just enjoying freediving and having deeper and deeper understandings of what it is to dive deep. Yeah, if you would like to do this and if you need some guidance, I'm a coach and I take this part of freediving just as seriously as the skills. We work a lot on mental training. We work a lot on developing the skills. We make sure that the divers are always doing a dive which is comfortable enough to at least start to experience these feelings. And this is the best feedback that I ever get from my divers, is that the whole perception on what it is to freedive changes, right? To feel totally in control, to know exactly what to do, to know you can handle the situation that you're in. Everything starts to change. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like, share the video. That's gonna help me to spread the channel. And subscribe yourself or get other people to subscribe. Basically, spread the gospel. All right, guys and girls, take it easy and dive safe.